Who would you say are your influences either right now or when you were starting your journey?
Oh my God, it could be anybody.
Anybody.
Okay, I would say Issa Rae and Donald Glover. I think those two are like a perfect example, especially Issa Rae because I know she started out like with her web series called like The Awkward Black Girl, and then Insecure, which was one of my favorite shows. I feel, and also like Donald Glover, like with his music, and then starting has his upbringing like with like his shows at like Community in Atlanta, which he kind of showrun and stuff like that, and he won like a Golden Goal for that. It's like those, I feel those two are kind of like an inspiration because like they kind of like trailblaze like black television in a way, in a sense of like like hey like it's represented so good. So that's how I want my stories to feel in that way. So especially with like not like in black TV and stuff like that being seen in hers. Like I want stories like feel that in that aspect.
Today we're here with
My name's Kubita, aka Spin Master C.
Spin Master C. You a DJ?
It's funny. It's funny you said that because like I'm not a DJ. I will tell you the origin of how the nickname came to be. So I was like when my high school sophomore year, actually my what's his name? Mr. Collins, shout out Mr. Collins. He's like my school counselor. He's the DJ actually. We call him Grandmaster C actually, which is some crazy stuff like that. And we were just talking about just like mixtures and stuff like that, and we were talking about nicknames, and he told me like, hey, like why don't we make a nickname for yourself? And I'm like, you know what, why not? And so we came up with a bunch of names that didn't stick well until Spin Master C came up. I'm like, you know what? That could be it. So yeah, no, Spin Master C, I stuck with it, like for the longest time. I actually have a production company called Spin Master Media, which you go check it out. But yeah, that's how Spin Master C came to be.
So all right, cool. So what do you work on with your production company?
Yeah, so like I offer services for film TV production, create like content strategy and stuff like that. So I offer services for that, and also I'll like create my own stories like that amplify underrepresented voices. So I've been doing this for the longest time. It's been like 5+ years, and like I try to kind of like separate myself from the crowd and stuff like that, and try to like have my voice in it, and yeah, that's the way to be.
Okay, what would you say is like the most exciting thing you've learned so far since starting your production company?
The one thing I've learned so far is like being like consistent with your work, I think, and also like showing people like what you have and stuff like that, and showing your work, and so that people can like start to work with you. Like for me, like it's all about like connection. Like I always love to connect with people. I always love to connect with like, especially with CultureCon like this. Like it's my first CultureCon, it's my first time. It's just like like me meeting new people like through like different creative like avenues, whether it be fashion and stuff like that, and just like getting to know those people, and like and yeah, just from there.
Okay, cool. Who would you say are your influences either right now or when you were starting your journey?
Oh my God, it could be anybody.
Anybody.
Okay, I would say Issa Rae and Donald Glover. I think those two are like a perfect example, especially Issa Rae because I know she started out like with her web series called like The Awkward Black Girl, and then Insecure, which was one of my favorite shows. I feel, and also like Donald Glover, like with his music, and then starting has his upbringing like with like his shows like at like Community in Atlanta, which he kind of showrun and stuff like that, and he won like a Golden Goal for that. It's like those, I feel those two are kind of like an inspiration because like they kind of like trailblaze like black television in a way, in a sense of like like hey like it's represented so good. So that's how I want my stories to feel in that way. So especially with like not like in black TV and stuff like that being seen in hers. Like I want stories like feel that in that aspect.
Okay, great. So who would you say is one of like your dream collaborations? And it doesn't have to be like a person that you want to work with.
Okay.
You can also give me like say if it's like a film, like a movie or something, like who would you want casted in it? What would it be about? Like what would be that?
Oh my goodness! If I were to create like a film or something let's say that, if I were to create like a big old gigantic film, I would definitely cast Michael B. Jordan. I feel because like Michael B. Jordan, I think like he's one of the best actors in its time. And especially like with Sinners this year, he did an excellent job with like especially like playing like the twins, like in a horror vampire like Jim Crow 1930s. I feel like like I feel like we get a good collaboration going like with Ryan Coogler and stuff like that. And The only person I wish I would collaborate, is the late great Chadwick Boseman. I think Chadwick Boseman is like one of the best actors in its time, and just like he speaks his truth within his roles, and especially like with Black Panther and stuff like that. Like I so wish I would have collaborated with him, but R.I.P. Chadwick for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I would definitely watch a movie like that. I feel like because even when I watched Black Panther, I was like, nah, these two need to be on
Oh
screen.
yeah, no, literally one of my favorite like Marvel films ever. That's like top 3 for me. Because I first saw it in theaters with a friend of mine. Like I think it was in like my undergrad. Like it was incredible. Just like seeing myself within Chadwick. Like it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it got Best Picture. Remember that first Marvel nomination for Best Picture. It's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say is your creative goal for 2026?
Ooh. My creative goal for 2026 would definitely be being consistent with my work. I think being consistent, as long as you like stay consistent with your work, especially like not to have like a podcast. I've been doing podcasting here for the longest time. I've been with my own podcast and with your projects I'm making and stuff like that. I want to be like more consistent in what I do, and like hopefully like when people do notice, I think that's the right audience will come. And I feel like with this space here, like I could. Because the theme is called Take Space, like I want to be able to like take space in that and like be more consistent like with my work, and I think like it'll take off eventually, so I think it'll be nice.
Okay, good. And any personal projects that you're currently working on that people could be on the lookout for?
You see, I was gonna say I will zip my lip for that one, but you know what? I will give you a little bit of a hint. I will say like smaller projects. I feel like smaller projects can can make a difference. Like hopefully for me I'm working on like digital web series and stuff like that, and also like pilots as well. So like I'm trying to get those in order so I can kind of branch myself out in that sense. So yeah, you'll get that from me. Yeah. That's something you'll hear from me. So yeah.
How does culture impact your creativity?
How does culture impact my creativity? I feel like Black culture impacts like everything around us. You look at like our culture when it comes to like music, like movies, shows, like it's like a running thing, and I feel like it impacts us greatly. I think it impacts us in a way of to help us keep going, especially especially the representation and all that stuff. I think it goes to show of to say hey, if anybody can do it, so can I. So just carrying on that legacy is the most important. I say, its legacy is like the word I'm looking for, definitely.
Wow, great, man. Thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.